Welcome to Foundation Focus. I'm Tom Jones with the Education Foundation, and today we have a special guest, Kerry Padrick, the Chief Communications Officer with the St. Lucie Public Schools. Welcome,
Hi, Tom.
Kerry.
How are you? Thank you for having me today.
Well, thank you. Kerry has been a guest probably 2 or 3 times, and she's always a welcome guest. I just want to say to the audience that I'm in my 4th year with the foundation, and one of the first people that I met at the school district was Kerry Padrick, and it was a great honor for me. And I knew after speaking with Kerry that she and I would work really well together. And Kerry, I just want to thank you so much. You're a great supporter of the foundation.
Well, it has definitely been my pleasure, and we do appreciate everything the foundation does for our schools. You all are definitely great partners that we could not do without.
Well, thank you, Kerry. It's a labor of love. So I just wanted to mention that as this program airs, it's fall, late fall, and we've had a very busy first half of the year. The school district is certainly underway. I guess in about a month we'll have winter break even. But we recently finished our 2019-20 teacher grant program, which is our largest program each year. And then we also, just last week, as this program airs, held our 20th annual Evening for Education Gala. Those 2 programs really represent some of the highlights for the foundation, both in terms of recognition and supporting the district programs, as well as a fundraising mechanism. And this year at the gala, we added a new dimension called Hall of Champions, where we're recognizing individuals that have supported the public school district throughout their lives. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. And this golden apple here is part of that conversation. So we'll move right along. And speaking of teacher grants are something that is near and dear to my heart, and it's really the essence of the foundation. We're here to advance and support public education, and this year we're very, very proud that we were able to award over $70,000, and that's just about a near record. Our records go back probably 20 years, and I went back and looked, and some years we did 50, 60, but I think at the peak we may be a little bit over 80,000, but 70,000 is a real good number. And this year we did something a little bit different. During the summer I actually reached out to the principals, and I said to the principals, hey, if you have money that you've raised through the private sector and it's unspent from last year, and you would like to create a program for that, we could actually match that money for you. So a number of schools came in, and that's why that number went so high. So it was really a full partnership with the school district and the foundation and the private sector. And of course, the state of Florida always provides to every education foundation in the state a matching grant opportunity. And we were able to take a good portion of that this year, so it was really great. And I just wanted to mention that the priorities of our teacher grant program include supporting struggling students, which includes literacy and early intervention. We also focus on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, CTE, career and technical ed programs. That's supporting students to graduate work-ready or career-focused. And then we also support the professional development of our teaching staff as well as our support staff. And all of these programs focus on really to help our students graduate. So what we've tried to do over the last couple of years and for many years here is to really take our grant program, the award program, and match it to the major goals of the district. And Kerry, since you're a cabinet member officer, maybe you could tell the audience about the metrics or the major goals for the school district.
Certainly. And that's one of the things that has been so very positive about working with the Education Foundation is that what you are doing is truly aligned with the district's goals, or pillars, if you would. Primarily, there are 4 pillars, and that would be teaching and learning. Many of the things that you mentioned going on in our classrooms, the quality educators, their teaching strategies, practices, etc. Safe and caring schools is, of course, another pillar that we have. Making sure that we are able to provide tremendous talent development and growth opportunities for our teachers, who are the ones that have the #1 impact on our children, is another pillar. And then, of course, making sure that we are staying focused on communication, customer service, and community partnerships is a 4th one. And all of those things that we are focused on, that you are supporting us with, has made such an impact because of the growth that this district has experienced over the last several years. You know, we're here to make sure that students graduate with the skills necessary to move on to college or career. And that graduation rate is so important and so telling in what we are doing in our classrooms. And over the last several years, we've definitely increased by leaps and bounds. We have a tremendous graduation rate of 91.8% right now.
Wow, that's terrific.
It
That's a great
is.
number.
That has elevated over 16% in the last 4 years. And looking at our comprehensive high schools, every single comprehensive high school can boast a graduation rate well within the 90s percentage-wise. And if we look at our comprehensive high schools, we're #1 on the Treasure Coast, which is great for community development and economic development. We are also very proud of the fact that we have soared right up to being in the top 1/3 academically in the state. And our career and technical programs, which you are definitely instrumental in supporting as well. We've got 40 different career academies, and on our campuses we offer over 65 different programs to our students. And one of the things that they work toward to help them with their career readiness and also in college is industry certification.
That's right. It's a big effort from the foundation in that area.
Yes, and thanks to the support that you've provided and the quality teaching that we have, over 200% increase in the number of industry certifications that we've been able to award our graduates, which is tremendous. So, you know, there's so much to be thankful for. Not only academically, but just the overall environment in which we are able to work and get the support of community partners such as yourself. This is the 3rd year in a row that St. Lucie Public Schools has been recognized as one of St. Lucie County's best places to work. So there's so much that goes into it, and you know, you're a great partner. You definitely help us to move forward for the sake of our children and our community, and we do appreciate that very much.
Well, thank you, Kerry. It's really great. You know, I actually work here at the district office. The district provides me with an office, and so I walk the halls and I have an opportunity to meet with the staff. And there's a great sense of pride here. People work hard for our children every day, and we're glad to be a part of it. You know, I read in the paper just a couple of days ago that we're one of the fastest growing school districts also. I mean, the population in St. Lucie County is just exploding again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And along with the population growing, we keep an eye on what the needs are of the community. So that helps us to direct some of the program areas of focus. And we've brought in different programs in our career and technical education. We now have a marine or an outboard motor academy, which that's brand new this year. We work very closely with Economic Development Council and Chamber of Commerce.
Great organizations. Yeah.
Absolutely. And so knowing what the community is going to need and where the efforts need to be focused for our future development as a fantastic place to live, grow, and learn, we make sure that our programs align to those needs as well.
You know, speaking of programs, each year when we open up the applications for the teacher grants, we receive about 100 applications. My goodness, Kerry, I wish I could fund all of those, but we have to pick and choose, and we form a committee. But this year we're really proud that we funded a total of 30 grants. And each grant, it varies anywhere from $500, $1,000, $2,500, all the way up to maybe $7,000, $500 if it's a district-wide program. But our grants this year will impact over 3,000 students. I'm very proud of that number, but there's something in the neighborhood of 40,000 students. So, you know, there's a long way to go in terms of helping every classroom. And that's part of the journey, okay? And so I just want to reach out to the public and just say that if you'd like to support the school district and support the programming in the school district, one of the best ways to do that is to make a donation to the Education Foundation. And you can do so by going online, just clicking Donate Now, and 100% of the money that you donate to the foundation will go towards that cause. So,
and it is a very easy click of the button to do that.
Yeah, right, and the money goes right in. Okay. Well, this year we helped fund programs that supported absenteeism in the school district. We funded a sensory room for ESE students. Let's back up a little bit. The absenteeism, that's a district-wide program.
Yes.
Right? And tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as we work to educate our children, we really have to look at the whole child and making sure that their social emotional needs are met, that their academic needs are met, very important. If they're not in school, the challenge is multiplied. So we need to create a greater sense of awareness on why it's so important to be in school every day. And we all belong in school. And the Education Foundation stepped right up when we started talking about the need to launch a campaign for attendance, and it is making a difference. It is helping to educate our parents, our students, and others in the community on why it's so important to be present in order to be a great learner.
So that's a multi-year program, and I know it'll grow a little bit, and the foundation is dedicated to staying with it.
And
We'll
we do
certainly
monitor
that.
that every single day. The schools are posting what their average daily attendance is, just to continue to create that awareness. Just had an opportunity to do some recognitions with honor rolls, and perfect attendance was definitely something that we were happy to award student certificates for, and the Education Foundation was very helpful in making sure that we had certificates for each of the children that deserved that.
Good, thank you. Speaking of struggling students, we also funded I just mentioned this, a sensory room for ESE students. We funded a pre-K program to purchase new books and to purchase toys that the children can play with that were interactive in helping them grow. We also funded a learning lab, and this is where students could explore on their own ways that they can build their own character and help in their own state of mind in that manner. And also we went on and on and on with other programs. Maybe Kerry, you could mention some of the other grants that we offer.
Well, I know each and every year, many of our students participate in the science fair.
Yeah, hundreds do, don't they?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Hundreds do. From our elementary, middle, and high school, we get tremendous participation, and the Education Foundation is the backbone of that each and every year. We have a local fair. Students move on to regional, state, and national levels, and it is so exciting to see how they can innovate and come up with tremendous ideas that are appreciated by industry and others. You know, we couldn't say enough about that event and the fact that you all are helping us to do that. We also have some great partnerships with others, as you said. Partnering together, we can match some funds. The Elks is a tremendous supporter for our students, especially when it comes to weekend backpack programs, making sure that food is in the home on the weekends. And they also support us with supplies for the classroom, making sure that children are well clothed because they need to come to school clean, healthy, and happy in order to be at their best when it comes to learning. We've also, we appreciate the arts, and the arts are definitely alive in St. Lucie. And another program that you are always there for us for, you and our board, is the Music in Education Week. That happens every spring. So thank you for that. Music in our schools. There you go.
That's Dr. Kevin Perry.
I goofed on that one.
No, it's okay. No.
But yes, and that is something where we get to hear so many students coming together and performing, and it's not just a single school. It's all of our schools working together, and just a really great, joyful night.
Well, thank you very much. We've also supported, you mentioned before, CTE certifications. So we focus on programs like Allied Health, which is a big program. I know there's a lot of different programs now. Historically, we've supported the automotive engineering side of things as well. So we're always looking for ways to help our students graduate work ready.
Yes.
So that's a very big effort.
Yes, college and or career ready, and you all are there for all of those things.
So, our goal is to support the school districts in its quest to become an A-rated school district, and I know we're oh so close, aren't we?
Yes, indeed. Over the last several years, we continue making points toward the school grade, which is calculated by the state, and we are increasing every single year. We are on the threshold of being an A. We are a very high-ranking B district, and we're very proud of the progress that our students have made.
There's a real sense of urgency on the halls here, okay, to really move up to an A-rated school district. Let's switch gears a little bit and talk about a real fun thing that we do every year. It's called Evening for Education. This year we celebrated our 20th year. Foundation been in existence for 30 years, but 20 years ago, a group of board members wanted to celebrate public education and raise money. And it started out as an elegant dinner, and everyone was dressed up in tuxedos and gowns and all. and guess what? 20 years later, we're still there. Okay, you know, this fashion goes up and down, but we stayed with it. So we're one of the few galas today where individuals have an opportunity to really celebrate public education style. Our theme this year was the Roaring 20s. We're coming into the 2020s, so we all dressed up in our the women in their flapper dresses and gowns and all that, and the men in their, what was that called with the shoes? You knew that.
Oh, the, oh my goodness.
I was going to say swags, but I know it's not swag.
They're not swag.
I know.
It'll come to me in a minute.
To you, yeah. So,
Spats.
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 The spats, yes. I saw several gentlemen with spats on, and one gentleman had real spat shoes. He actually found them. It was just remarkable. So we had 155 people come to the dinner. That's a near record. That particular aspect of the hall at Harbor Ridge, which by the way is in St. Lucie County, and that's why we selected it, but they do a magnificent job with the venue. And so we had, with that particular part of the hall fits just about 155. So I was told by the Harbor Ridge staff, next year, Tom, we're going to open the walls up, just like in our boardroom, the walls can open up. So we're looking forward to doing that. But we raised over $20,000 at the event itself. That night was $20,000. We raised $35,000 in sponsorships, and this year, so the total, okay, was over $75,000, and that's about a near record.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah.
And it was a wonderful event. You all worked hard to put something together that was meaningful and provided great opportunities to network with like-minded people who were celebrating education.
It was a lot of fun. And you know, the baskets, okay, the silent auction, I think everyone knows, but I just have to mention this. The schools, okay, create a lot of those silent auction items, the baskets, and this year that we doubled the number of schools that helped out. I was just thrilled. And the creativity of those baskets, we took pictures of every one of those baskets, and what we're going to do is we're going to reach out to the principals and the staff and thank them and let them know how much money they raised on behalf, for the foundation.
That's a
so
very
we're really
good idea.
going to really reach into the school district in that. So I wanted to thank our teachers. I want to thank the staff, maybe our art departments and all of that. And it just, when you look at some of these baskets, you go, wow, the creativity is amazing.
And you mentioned art because that's one of the things you do support. And
That's
we have
right.
our students that submitted art that was bidded on very nicely. Get some nice dollars from that as well.
Student artwork is big, okay? People love it, and they pay big money for it.
Yes.
So it was a great fundraiser there. I was wondering if you could just share with the audience some of the corporate sponsors, because we couldn't do this if it weren't for the sponsors.
Right. And we do appreciate our partners in the community, so certainly. The title sponsor for the event was Kaiser University, and the auction sponsor was Lexus of the Treasure Coast. Gold sponsors for the event include Bank of America, Comcast, Jacquin & Sons, and Mid-Florida Community Credit Union, along with PNC and Seacoast Bank. The bronze sponsors for the event were Culpeper and Turpinning, FPL, Gold Coast Federal Credit Union, Hoskins, Turco, Lloyd & Lloyd, along with Remnant Construction. And our program sponsors for that wonderful event were Cleveland Clinic and Burger Toombs, Elam, Gaines & Frank accounting firm.
Thank you. You know, actually, it's not too late to donate also, because just today I got a phone call from Bruce Abernathy, who was a lawyer in town, Fort Pierce. He said, Tom, I know I'm a little late. I was out of town. He says, but I want to mail a check to you. And I said, Bruce, thank you so much. You know, so it's still growing. You know, so I just want to say to the audience that you can go online again. You can donate, and that money will go towards the dinner fund. And a portion of that money goes towards the operations of the foundation, but the largest majority of it goes towards the teacher grant program.
And if they're looking for you online, all they have to do is type in St. Lucie County Education Foundation. It pops right up.
It does.
Or Education Foundation of St. Lucie County. As
Right.
long as you get St. Lucie and Education
Right,
Foundation
exactly.
in there, they're going to get to your website.
Right. And it's right up there to donate. And
Yes.
as I said before, every dollar that's dedicated to like a teacher grant program will go towards that. What we're actually doing today, so the audience knows, is we're raising money this year for next year's grant program, because we have to certify all the money that we've raised in August, and then the state has the match. So, and our opportunity to match every year is about $70,000. This year we left half of it on the table. We were only able to raise 35, so we raised a total of 70. So you know, really want to raise 70 so we can get the match of 70 and then provide over $100,000. So we're always thinking of ways of tweaking that. So the audience out there, please, if you can support us, we would love to do that. This year also for the dinner, it's our 20th year. We thought about it. We think, you know, we'd like to do something different. And in talking to other education foundations throughout the state, we decided to come up with a new program that we labeled the Hall of Champions. And this is a program we wanted to honor and recognize individuals that have graduated from the school district and lived in the county and really supported public education, and also recognize outstanding leaders in the community, either a business or individuals that have dedicated themselves to the Education Foundation. And within our categories, this year, in recognition of outstanding community leaders, we recognize Adams Ranch. And most of them have heard of Adams Ranch. It's this cattle ranch out in the western part of the county, 65,000 acres in total, and one of the 13th largest cattle ranch in the United States. Mm-hmm. Most people don't even realize that St. Lucie County is the largest beef producing states in the union. Yes. And Adams Ranch is right up there. They're great supporters of the foundation, great supporters of public education. So I want to congratulate and thank Adams Ranch, Inc. I just met this afternoon again with Mike Adams, the president of the foundation. It's a family-run ranch, the third generation, and the fourth generation is there also. So Stuart and Rayanne Adams were there to receive the award. So I want to congratulate them. Sheriff Ken Mascara was our other outstanding community leader. Sheriff Mascara, my goodness, and the tragedies that we all had, that we all knew about. Was it 2 years ago, I guess now? Ken Mascara stepped up really early to support the schools. Absolutely. And bringing in deputies early and creating that dialogue again, which ultimately led to the funding that we now have to support extra sheriffs or resource officers in every school. So Ken Mascara is a great friend of public education, and we recognized him. Then we went into the category of distinguished alumni. And Larry Lee, the former state representative, a businessman in town who everyone knows, who graduated from Central, Fort Pierce Central, was one of our honorees. And Larry's done so much quietly for public education. He supports our scholarship program. He's one of the original supporters of Take Stock in Children, yes. which supports our children in the 8th grade and helps them with scholarships and all of that. And he also has a bill that's in state right now that if it's passed, there'll be a specialty license plate recognizing the highwaymen, and a portion of those funds will go to the Education Foundation in perpetuity. So as someone buys one of those plates, it will go to us. So he's a real friend. I wanted to congratulate him. And the other final winner is our own Kerry Padrick, okay? Kerry Padrick is a graduate of Fort Pierce Central High School. Yes. Kerry Padrick has spent over 30 years with the school district, starting off as a teaching assistant. Teacher. A teacher, mm-hmm. Okay, yes. A teacher, mm-hmm. And then a teacher, then assistant principal. I know there's a lot of steps in there.
There were
I'm
a lot.
Missing. And then becoming a principal. And you were principal where?
I was principal at Dan McCarty. And then I moved to the district office with curriculum and instruction, and then shifted into communications. Okay. And Kerry is actually retiring this year. Yes. So, Kerry, congratulations. I wanted to present you with the Golden Apple Award, and in recognition of your 30 years of service to the school district, and in recognition of all the work that you've done for public school district, and to being a graduate of the public school system. You actually graduated from high school here. Yes, I did. You stayed in our county, and you put your whole career here. You dedicated your life to our children, and I can't wait to hear about your next adventure. But congratulations on a wonderful career. Thank you so very much. It was indeed an honor. And St. Lucie Public Schools has definitely given me more than I could ever return to the district, and so I do appreciate the fact that you all have placed me in the category of such honorable people with this award. It is something that I do hold very near and dear, and St. Lucie Public Schools and the Education Foundation are partnering to do fantastic things for the children in St. Lucie County, and I appreciate the fact that you have a vision for continuing that, and we look forward to brighter days to come, and we will be receiving that A, I am sure, very shortly.
Thank you, Kerry. Well, I just want to say thank you to the audience. I want to say thanks to WLX-TV for helping us out over the years. And we're sort of entering the holiday season, so I'd like to wish everyone happy holidays. And starting off next year, the calendar year in January, we have our Night of the Stars event, which is a recognition of excellence within the teaching staff. It culminates in Teacher of the Year and School-Related Employee of the Year, First Year Teacher's Year, and Minority Educator of the Year.
Yes.
Those are the 4 major categories. There's a lot going on in the background right now in terms of selecting finalists, and we'll be hearing more about that soon. We're also going to have our scholarship program, which is growing this year. It's significantly growing. It's a big focus for me personally. And then also, we're also going to have a fun run in April. Every year over at the Met Stadium, there's a safety festival. We've partnered with the organizers of that. So we're going to have a fun run, be a 2K non-sanctioned run walk, where individuals will support the public education system by walking and donating money to the foundation. And that money will go also to teacher grants. So my quest is to focus like a laser on certain projects, but raise money for teacher grants to get that full $70,000. So we have a full calendar, and looking forward to it. And Kerry, once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.